Hello lovely soul, and welcome to this behind the scenes video. It's part of my behind the scenes series where I take you behind the scenes of an angel message and card interpretation I have done that week, and I share with you why I did something, why I said something, or just an important message that I received through the card. This week we were looking at the deck Whispers of Healing by Angela Hartfield. And the card that we considered was this one, Acceptance. And what this video is about is interpret what you see. When I turned over this card, yes, I saw this huge wave and I saw this lady, or a fairy because she has wings, and she was riding in front of this wave. And these symbols at the bottom here caught my eye, and I couldn't understand why she'd be riding on the back of a couple of butterflies, because all I could see here were butterflies. And I thought, she's in the water. What would butterflies be doing in the water? Why am I seeing butterflies on this card? Now, if I wasn't used interpreting cards using symbols and colours, and I didn't feel comfortable and trusting in the divine to send me the right messages that I'm supposed to pass on, I may have doubted myself, or may not even have interpreted the butterflies, or may have chosen to look closer and see that it's actually a couple of fish and interpret fish instead of butterflies. But the thing is, the message I was receiving through this card, the butterflies were important about that message, because butterflies are all about transformation and change, and that was a big message whenever I was interpreting this card. So whenever you do turn over a card and you go to interpret it using symbols and colours and positionings as well, don't doubt yourself. If something unusual catches your eye, that your logical brain kicks in and says, that doesn't belong there, you're not looking at this correctly. You go by your initial impressions, what catches your eye, because that's your intuition kicking in. And whenever something catches your eye, that's what you want to interpret. So in this case, it looked like butterflies to me. And that was so important to the message. If I had doubted myself and not interpreted the butterflies because I thought they don't belong on this card, the message wouldn't have got through. Or at least that part of the message wouldn't have got through. And that was a really important part. Or if I had, after studying the card, seen that it was actually a couple of fish that the fairy was riding, that would have changed the whole message of the card, because what fish symbolise for me is completely different from what butterflies symbolise to me. So the message would have changed completely, and it may not have been as powerful, and it wouldn't have been the message that the angels wanted me to get across. So you need to have a little bit of confidence in yourself. Once you know your symbols and colours and your positionings, once you understand them, you let your intuition flow. And if something catches your eye that feels a little bit strange, or initially you think, that must be wrong, don't doubt yourself, because that's what you're meant to see. What you see in a card will be different from what somebody else sees in a card, because you may, if you're interpreting the same card as somebody else and the angels want to send the same message to both of you, they will use different symbols, because different symbols will mean something, personal to you. And you may both end up with exactly the same message. But if the angels helped you got your eye to catch a couple of symbols the same as another person, the message you received could have been completely different. So the angels want you to receive a message. They invite you to do so through colours, symbols, positionings, through your intuition. So don't doubt what you're seeing in the card. Don't doubt yourself. Interpret what you see.